Hey guys, today we've got this Porsche Boxster in the shop, and as you can see the wheels are covered in road grime and brake dust. And brake dust is something that's highly corrosive and actually can start penetrating the surface and deteriorating the finish. So I'm going to use some Diablo Wheel Gel and one of our new wheel brushes to take care of this. Over here I've already set up my wheel bucket. I've got a dirt trap inside of there to help reduce as much of the filth coming back on the surface, and I've already loaded up with some Diablo Wheel Gel. But before we get started, we're going to rinse off this wheel to knock down as much of the loose grime and debris as we can. Good? No?
You have found it.
So now that I'm done rinsing off the wheel, I've knocked off as much of the loose brake dust as I can. I've also got my foam activated in our wheel bucket. Now I'll reach for my Easy Reach wheel detailing brush. This is a soft bristle brush which is safe for OEM rims like this one, painted rims or sensitive surfaces. You can use it on stainless steel exhaust tips or maybe your grill, things that are hard to get in between. But the low profile design of this brush helps it get inside of the spokes or smaller areas while taking off any kind of grime. Now it follows the same design as our show car premium detailing brush. This is a more aggressive brush. It's intended for heavier caked on brake dust or maybe exhaust tips that have carbon buildup. It's just a really easy brush to use to take off any kind of stubborn grime. So to start off, I'll dunk my brush into the bucket, get it loaded up with some foam. The Diablo Wheel Gel helps to emulsify any brake dust, encapsulate it, and then it suspends it so I'm not scratching the wheel as we actually detail it. And I'll start from the top or the highest point. And this way, whenever you do any kind of detailing, you want to start with the dirtiest areas, and it wouldn't make much sense to start at the bottom or work your way on the sides and get dirt from the brake dust all over the clean side. But the long design of this brush goes all the way to the back of the barrel. This way when you look inside of the rim here, you're not going to see brake dust. It'll be just clean, perfect rim.
You have found it. The lonesome envy. The lonesome envy. Once I found it.
So after breaking down most of the loose brake dust and debris, I'm going to move to a smaller brush. This is our Goat's Boar's Hair brush, and it's designed to get in the smaller, intricate areas like between the spokes of the lug nuts in here. You can just work it all the way down there, get off all the brake dust so you have a perfectly clean rim.
The lonesome envy. Once
So as you see, the Boar's Hair brush works nicely to get around valve stems, in between your lug nuts, intricate areas like the emblems here, and also you can get all the way down here in between the caliper to get this thing really looking right. Now as the last step, I'm going to clean the tire and the face of the rim using one brush. This is our green flag tip brush. It's a super soft bristle brush that's going to help take off any last residue or brake dust or cleaners without scratching the surface. And since the face is obviously the most noticeable area of the wheel, we want to take our time cleaning this one off just so that you get the whole effect of the before and after of the clean wheel.
you have found it.
It's in my eye.
The lonesome envy.
So now that I've got this wheel looking right, I'm going to move on to the remaining three, and then we're going to jump on the exhaust that has some carbon buildup, and that's where we use our premium show car detailing brush.
You have found it. The lonesome envy. The lonesome envy. Once I found it. You have found it. The lonesome envy. The lonesome envy.
So I just finished off all four wheels. Now they're all looking right. I'm going to move on to the exhaust tips, and as I mentioned, there's this carbon buildup that's on there. It's got this black finish that's really taken away from the overall look of the vehicle. So using our premium show car detailing brush, I'll just get a little more Diablo Wheel Gel on there. The foam is helping me, clean the surface while also emulsifying any kind of contaminants, but it's not going to scratch because it's acting as lubrication. But it'll stick it here in the pipe. And then you can just see it's pulling all that black filth out of there, all that runoff. It's really gross, but it's gonna appeal to the overall look of the vehicle. Alrighty guys, I got the wheels and the exhaust tips looking right. As you can see, they look really nice and fresh. So you may have noticed I was using a black towel. That's because I've designated these for areas that get really filthy, like your rims or in your exhaust tips. You can tell even though this is a black towel, it's got all this nasty filth on here, and this isn't something that I want to wipe on the rest of the vehicle or in your interior. So if you designate your towels, it helps from making a mess later on down the road. Now, I was using the Easy Reach wheel brush to clean off the rims. That safely removed any brake dust or contaminants without scratching. And back here, I was using the premium show car detailing brush that took care of any of that stubborn caked on carbon, and it got the exhaust tips looking really nice. So if you guys want to learn more about these products, check it out on our website, chemicalguys.com. If you like this car or this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys next time right here in the Detail Garage.